What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to share the 3 requirements you have to have for a successful email marketing strategy. And these things are going to give you guidance so that way you can get started quicker and you can know if you're actually being successful or not. So the first thing is your content strategy. This is just the fundamental piece. I've got many videos on this. So you need to have your messaging strategy dialed in. So that will allow you to write copy that resonates with your ideal customers and is persuasive to them and is talking about the things that they care about. And more importantly, it's talking more about them than it is about your company and your products and your services. And then you need to have a design strategy that's attractive to those ideal customers while also maintaining a consistent look and feel with your brand, so that way people are getting a consistent experience from your social media to your website and to your emails. Because a lot of times you'll see brands where they have great social media content, or maybe they have a really nice website design, and you get their emails and their emails look terrible and they're just using the generic templates in Klaviyo or whatever software they're using, and you don't want to do that with your emails. So yeah, first thing is you've got to get the content strategy dialed in with messaging and design, messaging being the absolute most important piece. So now the second thing is, and this is where a lot of people they skip this step, and I think that this would actually help people have be able to create a much clearer path to success and have a better plan, and also just stop them from kind of second guessing themselves as they're moving forward. Because a lot of times people just start sending emails, but they don't even have a real plan for what they're trying to accomplish with those emails. So the second thing is you need to know what your main KPI is, or another way of looking at it is, how do we define success? So for most businesses, for most e-commerce businesses especially, the main KPI is revenue, meaning that the whole reason they're doing email marketing is to increase the revenue for their business. But believe it or not, there's a lot of businesses where that's not actually the main KPI for their email marketing. And I think a lot of business owners, if they started to look beyond revenue as the only reason to do email marketing, they would realize that their particular type of business, how useful email marketing could be for them. So for other businesses, it could be to the whole point of, or the main driver of success for them would be to get free trials of their software, which ultimately, of course, that's going to lead to revenue. It could be getting more signups for a webinar. So if you offer a service and the webinar is the main driver of your sales, then you can use email marketing not to try to sell the end service, but more so trying to sell the webinar. So just nurturing them with content, giving them good, valuable content, and then when it's time to do another one of those webinars, going hard on selling the webinar, selling this free webinar, not trying to sell the service, and letting the webinar do the selling of the service. Or it could be something like, so for a lot of influencers, a lot of people who do content marketing at scale, their email list is one of their biggest drivers of traffic. So for a lot of people, they use email marketing to drive traffic to their YouTube, whenever they drop a new YouTube video, whenever they release a new podcast, things like that, where they actually generate more sales from the content itself, and email is the thing that's driving traffic to the thing that's creating those sales. And then another type of business, like let's just say you do in-person events. There's a lot of businesses where their email list is the main thing that's getting people to attend their in-person events, or same thing for retail businesses. There are a lot of retail businesses that don't sell directly online, but their email list is their best source of getting immediate foot traffic into their retail store. So whatever your business is, you want to think about it. You don't have to always think of email as the thing that's going to directly create sales. Email can just be a really great tool to get people to the thing that's creating the sales. So again, if you're not an e-commerce business, you really want to give some consideration as how are you defining success, and then you want to optimize your whole email strategy around trying to increase or improve that particular KPI. And the third thing here that I want to mention, that this is again gets often overlooked, is creating your value add, or I would say giving people a reason to stay signed up to your list beyond buying your products. So the way I look at this is, how are we trying to influence people who are on our list beyond simply buying more of our stuff? Meaning, if you're selling supplements or anything related to weight loss, then you can give them content that helps them lose weight, or give them content for other types of businesses. Could be content that helps them get better at their hobby hobby. Maybe you sell accessories of a certain vehicle or of a certain gadget or something that's related to someone's hobby, but they don't always want or need to continue to buy more of those from you, but they will stay engaged with you and they will like you more, and you will stay top of mind more if you are constantly trying to find ways to help them get better at that hobby and enjoy more of that hobby and just have fun. And it's just going to make them where it's going to put you in a position to where the next time they are in the market to buy, you're going to be the first one they think of. For other businesses, it could be that the main thing you're trying to do beyond selling is you're trying to keep them informed. So if you're selling, any kind of accounting, financial, tax related services, I mean, there's always constant news headlines that are influencing people's finances, to where if you can become that main source of information for them and you keep them informed, then you are going to be the person they turn to most whenever it's time to spend money. In fact, I know a guy who he's a mortgage loan officer, and he creates content online, and his name is Min. So his name is Min Win, and his handle is What's a Mortgage, and he is just consistently the best source of information for anyone who's actively in the market to buy a home, because every day he's showing up with the latest news headlines on anything that could potentially affect mortgages, and breaking it down as far as what does that mean for you, and any kind of like potential implications, and how do you get around this if it does happen. And so he obviously gets a ton of business just from people constantly being informed and staying up to date from him. So whenever it is time for them to go get a mortgage again, then they can go through him, and he's able to refer people into different states and everything. So again, it's just a great example of just by being that main source of information, he's not always creating direct sales with his content, but by being that top source that people want to do business with him. And then even beyond all of this stuff, you can just be entertaining and just make people laugh and just provide entertainment. Believe it or not, that is actually a value add, because when you think about in your inbox, everyone is trying to constantly get you to buy something. And whenever you have the emails you actually like to open, so usually those are the ones where you're learning something, you're being informed of something new, or they're actually just entertaining to you and they just make it fun to stay engaged with their emails, then again, whenever it comes time to buy whatever it is they're selling, you're going to want to buy from them because you just like them so much more because you've had fun being on their email list. So those are the three things. If you have that, if you can dial in your content strategy, if you know your main KPI, and then you're planning everything around optimizing for that KPI, and you give people a reason to stay on your email list and to continue getting your emails beyond just buying stuff from you, you are going to have a successful email marketing strategy that gets you sales today, but also keeps people on your list to get more and more repeat sales over time.